Alright, well today I'm standing next to one of my tree stands and I want to take this time to talk about tree stand locations and where you should be placing your tree stands. Now there's a whole bunch of different areas you can be placing tree stands, but in order to have your tree stand in the proper location, a couple things need to go into effect. You need to A, do some scouting, and B, trail cameras can really help you in determining where to place your tree stands. When it comes to scouting, I like to do most of my scouting in the spring. You can go ahead and walk through areas and figure out where there's deer trails and figure out where traffic is, and you can see sign from the previous fall, which is huge. And then when it comes to trail cameras, you can run trail cameras during the summer and leading up into season. And if you're getting deer on camera and you can know that there's deer in the area, you might want to be putting a tree stand there. So for this tree stand specifically, I'm in an area that I scouted in the spring, and there's a few different trails running through this area. And then this summer, I was able to get a trail camera up and had pictures of deer coming through here. And with this spot specifically, I wanted to shoot a doe. I was able to know that there are does in the area, and combined with my scouting and the trail camera, I was able to put a tree stand here and know that it was a good spot to hunt. Other things you want to be thinking of when placing a tree stand is wind. Wind is very important because you don't want to have your wind blowing where you think deer are coming from. So between scouting and running trail cameras, if you can have an idea on where deer are coming from, you can set your tree stand accordingly. That way when you hunt in that tree stand, when you have the right wind direction, your wind should be blowing from where the deer are coming from and not going to where the deer are coming from. That way, most times in a perfect tree stand setup, you'll be facing where deer are coming from, the wind will be blowing in your face, and that way you should be expecting deer to be coming upwind from you and not downwind. So those are just a couple things to be thinking about when placing a tree stand and where to put it. You want to know that deer are obviously in the area. You want to do some scouting, run some trail cameras, definitely helps. And you really want to be thinking about wind direction and where you're facing in relation to what the wind direction will be. And if you can get all those things to line up, you'll have a good tree stand location.